All right, welcome back to another video of How To Videos Unlimited. Today I'm also doing another response to a subscriber's comments. In this case, we're doing wealth creation. His question was, do you ever buy cars on Craigslist? And what I responded was absolutely. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Autotrader.com, driving for dollars. That's a big one. For those of you guys that are not familiar with what driving for dollars is essentially you're driving around your neighborhood, walking around your neighborhood, going for your daily jog or your daily run. You're going to see neighbors or people that live within your neighborhood with cars that are just sitting in the driveway, not being used, or sitting on the street not being used, and you can see by the cobwebs on the car, or the car just hasn't been washed in a while. Maybe the tires are running a little low, and you know that they're sitting on gold and they're just not using it. A lot of times they just don't want to deal with the headache. They're probably tired of the car being there, but at the same time they're too lazy to actually post it, list it for sale. They don't want to have to deal with the test drives. They don't want to have to deal with the random people text messaging them and calling them and coming to their house to do test drives. They just want to do the paperwork either. They're not familiar with how to do all the paperwork. They're afraid that they might get a fake cashier's check or a fake money order or maybe some fake counterfeit $100 bills, and they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to donate it to like the Red Cross or to Goodwill or to any of the places that have donations or accept car donations, and they're just kind of like paralyzed for fear. So what they want is somebody to come and have an answer to their solution. So yeah, you go out there, knock on the door. If you see them out in the front yard, mowing their lawn or watering their grass or pulling weeds, strike up a conversation. Just say, hey, you know what? I noticed you have this 2007 Honda Civic that's just been sitting on your driveway. I'm kind of, I live in the neighborhood and I noticed that it hasn't been driven in a while. I've seen you gotten a couple parking tickets for having it on the street during street sweeper day. And I was just wondering if you're interested in selling. A lot of times they might be interested. They say, oh, well, you know what? I'm just trying to save it till my kid turns 21 or, 18 or 16 or whatever they want to give that kid their driver license and help start paying for their car insurance. And maybe the kid just doesn't want the car. Maybe the kid's hoping to get a brand newer car and they don't want that old Honda Civic or the old Honda Accord or Toyota Celica or whatever they have in the driveway. And then you just next month, if the car's still there, hey, I'm still, kind of jokingly, hey, I'm still interested in, buying that if you're ever interested in selling it. And eventually they will. That's a good way of getting cars. Craigslist, all those, like you said, do Craigslist. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be from the auction. What's cool about the auction is just the convenience factor. You're not having to deal with, random people. You're not having to worry about, whether you're going to get mugged or if it's some type of setup, and that's the other thing that you need to be aware of. I never recommend going at night when the sun goes down. I wouldn't recommend going to somebody's house to test drive a car because you don't know if it's a setup. Especially you see a lot of these news articles on the news just about people that go and they get robbed at gunpoint or they get, beaten up and sometimes killed, over a, deal gone bad. And then you find out it was somebody was buying something off of OfferUp, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace, and you find out about those horror stories. So go to like a public place, say, hey, you know what, I'm willing to meet you at, whatever's convenient for you, the local grocery store, the local, In-N-Out hamburger station, or whatever you feel more comfortable at. But I always recommend going during the day, bringing somebody along with you. Don't bring cash with you. Ask if you're interested in after the end of the conversation. Say, all right, I like the car. I've test driven it. I ran my OBD scanner. Everything looks clean. I do want to buy it from you. Then at that point in time, have them either follow you to the bank or, you come back and get the money later, but don't go to buy the car with the cash if you're not 100% sure you're going to buy it, because you need to make sure that the car runs well. You need to make sure that there's not going to be some major check engine lights that's going to cost you lots of money. So those are all the different things to factor in. So be cautious, be safe. Yeah, absolutely. Craigslist, all those places you can find good deals. You just got to put a little bit more work. So going back to the auctions, yeah, it's the convenience factor. You're going in there, you're not having to worry about getting robbed at gunpoint or beat up or anything like that. You got, thousands of people are there working and attending the auctions or the online auctions. Everything is done through, Manheim or ADESA or Copart or IAA, any of those. So the process is going to be a lot more streamlined, a lot more convenient. The paperwork is going to be there. There's going to be employees there to help you if you're, not sure on what to do or how to fill out the paperwork. It's going to be a lot easier, but at the same time, some of the deals, it's going to take a little bit harder to find some of the deals because you got to remember at the auctions, it's car dealers that have already found a good deal, and then they're trying to make some profit themselves. So they're trying to sell it to other car dealers who are trying to get it low so they can go back and sell it to the public. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You just got to attend a lot more of the auctions and throw out a ton of bids, and eventually you're going to come across a good deal. As far as getting better deals, yeah, you can absolutely get better deals at the place that I just listed, the Craigslist, the Auto Traders, the Facebook Marketplace, the OfferUps, because you have people that just want to get rid of the car. Maybe they've already bought a new car and they just want to use that to use it as a down payment to pay off some of their next 5-6 months of car payments, and they don't really care how much money they get. They just want to get something, and they just also want to get it out of the driveway so that they're not getting parking tickets, or they're not taking up a parking spot where they're having to park their brand new car on the street and then they have the old car in the driveway. So hopefully that helps, but absolutely you can get deals anyway. You just got to be willing to put in the work, a little bit more work for the Craigslist and the Facebooks and OfferUps. The auction side, you got to attend more of those auctions and send in a lot of bids, but you can absolutely find deals anywhere you can. You just got to get and put in the work. All right. Make sure to hit that like, comment, subscribe. Till the next video. Take care.